Vivian Jenna Wilson, Elon Musk's estranged transgender daughter, recently took aim at the narrative that her transition is the catalyst for her father's tragic villain backstory, rejecting both the portrayal and the blame assigned to her. Speaking candidly on the Give It To Me Straight podcast hosted by Maddie Morphosis, Wilson addressed the notion propagated in her father's authorized biography by Walter Isaacson. In the book, she is painted as a rebellious, far-left figure, an ideological foil used to explain Musk's political shift and growing antagonism toward wokeness. Wilson minced no words, declaring, "He was like this before.
Don't blame me."
Yeah, it's not my fault." The tone was sharp and defiant. She recalled waking up in Tokyo to Musk's public remarks, claiming that his son died to the woke mind virus, and responding by buying a gin and tonic, then playing video games to cope. "Don't do that," she joked afterward. Wilson's broader critique extends beyond Musk's social media commentary. She took particular issue with Isaacson's biography, which describes her ideological leanings and transition as significant triggers for Musk's rightward trajectory. Wilson blasted the portrayal on social media as a defamatory and humiliating character construct, accusing the book of using her as a villain backstory origin to excuse or explain away his behavior. Isaacson never contacted her for comment, she said, learning of the book's depiction only shortly before publication. Reflecting on Isaacson's narrative rewrite, Wilson wrote on Threads, "Elon was your darling Tony Stark apartheid American hero with a semi-tragic backstory. You portrayed me in a light that is genuinely defamatory. I was treated as a queer villain." She rejected the framing, calling it both a gross misrepresentation and a failure to capture her own humanity or perspective. Wilson's estrangement from Musk runs deeper than narrative disagreements. She legally changed her name and gender in 2022, explicitly stating she didn't want to be associated with her biological father, in any way, shape, or form. Since coming out in 2020, she has been entirely financially independent from him. In a separate interview with Teen Vogue, she called Musk a pathetic man-child and made clear she harbors no fear of his power or influence. "Why would I feel scared of this man? Because he's rich? I don't give a F***K, she said. Their last interaction, she recounted, involved Musk sending her a cringe sheep gif with the caption "sheeple," an insult she interpreted as representative of his dismissive politics, a moment that underscored their ideological chasm. Wilson's statements reveal a young person unwilling to accept being molded into someone else's narrative, especially one that serves as the justification for another's controversial transformation. She has turned the tables, asserting the agency to define her own identity, free from the shadow of her father's public persona. That autonomy, she implies, makes her not the catalyst of his villain backstory, but a bystander who refuses to be scapegoated.